Hello, Daily Drafters, and welcome back to the channel for today's edition of AI Historic Brawl. That's right, we have artificial intelligence, in this case, ChatGPT, build our historic Brawl deck for us. And you know what? I don't have a ton of experience with historic Brawl, mainly through these videos. And a deck that I seem to run into a lot is Sithis Harvest's Hand. I don't know if this is a competitive Brawl deck or just one of the more fun synergistic ones, but it's a deck that I run into on the ladder. It's not really a ladder, in the queues a lot. So I figured, how well could a robot build a meta deck in Historic Brawl? Well, here is your answer. We've got plenty of cards that synergize with Sithis here, including 34 enchantments, and many cards that care about enchantments, like Satyr Enchanter. Whenever you cast an enchantment spell, draw a card. But, also cards like Sun Titan, which is fine, but not necessarily a card you might think to include in a Sithis deck. But again, I'm not in control of this, the robot is. It also seemed to think that because we gain a life on this card, that clearly this is a life gain deck, right? So it included cards like let's see, Soul Warden. Whenever another creature enters, you gain a life. We've got a Johnny's Pride Mate. Whenever you gain a life, put a counter on it. We've got Daxos. Whenever another creature you control enters the battlefield or dies, you gain a life. Angel of Vitality. Whenever you gain life, put that much, a bunch of life gain cards, along with a bunch of enchantment cards here. So maybe the robot knows something that we don't when we build a Sithis deck, and maybe we should be leaning into life gain a little bit more? My instinct says no, but you never know. That's what I'm here to test. I'm here to waste my rare wild cards so you don't have to. I'm a primarily limited player here on the channel. I've got plenty of wild cards, so why not use some in this situation? Now, it did give us about 90-95% of a full-fledged deck here, but I had to fill in some of the gaps with some newer cards. A lot of the enchantments it gave us were 5-drops, which, are good, but can't have too many 5-drops. So this is going to be an interesting one. We're going to see how well we can do, and I kind of hope we go up against the mirror today to see if we can take down the deck that the robot intended to create. I'll see you in our first game. All right, starting on the draw here in our first game, and unfortunately have to take our free mulligan. Got a 1-lander, can't really keep that. And, yeah, I guess this is fine. Unfortunately, this will enter tapped, but I think we'll survive. Something that I've noticed the AI also does a lot, especially when building green decks. Yeah, all this is... every single one of these is a tap land here. I suppose this is guaranteed tapped. Now, if we find a plains, the other ones can come in untapped. But something to do a lot is they really make sure that we know we need to ramp as a green deck. Lots of Incubation Druids, Paradise Druids, Llanowar Elves, Avacyn's Pilgrims, so on and so forth. It also loves to include Return to Nature. Just loves this card. It's not that great. Yeah, let's reveal Forest, and then what does this even do? Whenever you gain life, pay 2. If you do, draw a card. Not particularly great. Let's go ahead and ramp here with an Incubation Druid. Cast Lardenvale. ETB is tapped unless you control a plains, which we do not. And, yeah, off they go. So what can we do here? Whenever you cast an enchantment spell, you gain a life and draw a card. Can we... If we do this, we could technically play Sithis and Dawn of Hope here. Not that Dawn of Hope really does anything. Or we can just play Tapland Elvish Mystic and Dawn of Hope. Meh. You can also just play Sithis and hope they don't kill it. Let's just hope they don't kill it. That seems like a great plan, right? They never have removal, do they? Why would they ever have removal? Oh, we got some alchemy shenanigans going on. Seek a basic land card, put on the battlefield tapped, then seek a permanent mana value equal to the number of lands. So they found a 5-drop, I guess? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So Swordtooth is going to be able to attack next turn. But that's why we have Seal of Existence. And Gishath is probably coming in next turn as well. But that is what Planer's Disruption is for. So what does this even do again? I built this one here. I think, yeah, this is the one I also built here on this series. So whenever it deals combat damage, it's got haste, reveal that many, put any number of dinosaurs onto the battlefield. Yikes. That's a problem. I guess we're taking some damage here. Alright. We're gonna get smacked with a 7/6. And hopefully they don't hit too many dinos, because we're gonna have to Planar Disruption that next turn. I guess they could miss a land drop, but... Ah. Down goes Sithis. What a surprise. Okay. Sure, I'll go into the command zone. Take 3, I suppose. Look at our life gain deck doing its thing here. Alright, Baneslayer Angel. Maybe you can do something. Ooh, do I pay 2 to draw a card? Or I could just play Avacyn's Pilgrim here. I'm not going to play Planar Disruption. Yeah, let's play. We did it. And now we have Settle the Wreckage. So when this thing hits us, we can settle away all of their cards. Next turn. Not this turn, unfortunately. Why is this attacking? Sure, take 7, I suppose. Well, I guess I could have blocked the Avatar and traded Soul Warden and Baneslayer Angel for it, but... Ooh, here comes Galta. I guess we're holding up Settle the Wreckage? Oh, my word. They got double Galta. Alright. Whoa! Thank goodness that the robot decided that Settle the Wreckage was something that we needed. So we do this and this here. What is it? Yeah, so exile all attacking creatures that player controls, and then they get all of their basics basically out of their deck. So... let's see if they play around Settle here. Does this have reach? Yeah, I can't really do that either. Oh, they're playing around Settle. Or maybe not necessarily, just because of Baneslayer Angel here. Pass to blockers. Yeah, no blocks. And... goodbye. What a card. When this thing was in Standard, I remember... I don't play much Constructed, but when this thing was in Standard, I remember watching some coverage of some absolute blowouts that are just, like, completely unfair. Marauding Raptor. Okay, so it deals damage to itself and things. Okay, so let's do Sithis and Decline. Sure, I'll pay 2. I guess I should have played Pridemate first, I suppose. Yeah, definitely should have played Pridemate first. It'd be at least a 4-4 at this point. But that's alright. I think we have to hold back Baneslayer to block that thing. Because we saw what happened last time. And it was not good. If not for Settle the Wreckage in our hand. I can still double block, and it still just trades for Baneslayer here, though. So if a source would deal damage, it also comes in tapped. Well, forgot about that, so we'll be alright. Quartzwood Crasher. Sure, because we can Planar Disruption this thing now. Alright, so let's do this and this. Put it here. Sure, I'll pay. I don't have a lot going on in my hand. I could draw into it, but we'll draw some more cards here. Ooh, triggers. Triggers galore. Alright, Planar Disruption. Let's go ahead and get rid of that thing. Ossification, probably the Quartzwood Crasher here. Look at that. Pridemate is already a 9/9. Yeah. Let's draw. Why not? What could go wrong, right? Oh. Should have attacked with Pridemate too. Forgot about that. I think we'll survive. Hopefully there's no board wipe coming. I see why this deck is so popular. Look at all the triggers we got. They drew a fight spell? Or a bite spell? Yeah, they did. Okay, good for you. Alright, off we go again. Let's do it again. Sure. Ooh. I do have 30 or more life. Look at all the cards we're drawing. Nah, I'm good. Let's do this now. We're gonna, like, deck ourselves? So used to playing limited. Man. What a deck. What a deck! And that was all via the robot's doing. Let's go. Alright, here we are in our second game, playing against Atraxa, which is the proliferating Atraxa, not the most recent one. And we've got a one-lander, but we do have Avacyn's Pilgrim, which, yeah, that's good enough, right? Even if we miss a land drop, we can still play something. It's not like we get a free mulligan in this format or anything. Nothing can go wrong here. It'll be fine. And then, oof, Cathar's Crusade. That doesn't really fit super well in this deck, but you know what? Once again, ChatGPT, throwing in enchantments because it says enchantment, and that's what we have to play. And if we can just start popping off even at all, like if we could draw a Plains in the next 2 turns, we play Pilgrim into, we could play Selfless Spirit next turn, even if we miss a land drop, and then we can play Sithis into Authority, draw a card, and then hopefully that'll work. Yeah, see? This is fine. No, you're too expensive, and I don't even know what you do. Ooh, whenever you cast an enchantment, make a 4/4 angel with flying? That's not too bad. But now we gotta hope we hit, well, actually we don't even need to hope we hit another land drop. As long as the Pilgrim survives, we play Sithis and Authority, and then draw another card, and hopefully that's enough to find our lands. So at the beginning of your end step, proliferate. Flying, Vigilance, Death Touch, and Lifelink. Not too bad. Okay, there's a little ramp from them. As expected from a green deck. Alright. It's a tap land, which could be fine. Depends on... Actually, probably not too bad here. I mean, it is a guild gate, which once again, ChatGPT also builds our mana base, which it usually does a decent job with, although this video it requested like 50-something lands, and I wasn't willing to give in that hard. I put, I think, 38 in here. So, yeah, I did include all the non-basics it wanted me to, though. So there is that. What does this even do again? Ooh, I gain life. Gaining even more life. Also, what is Divine Visitation doing here? Once again, just... it says enchantment on it, so ChatGPT says clearly it must be amazing. So whenever a creature enters the battlefield under your control, put a 1/1 counter on each creature you control. It's the most mana efficient thing to do, or do I just play Eidolon Blossoms, which, you know, starts to go off, like, pretty hard? Let's do this. We got some time here. We got protection on the board, too, so we're good to... Ooh, settle. Hello. If we get into trouble, we can use the help from Settle. Let's see. They got 5 mana here. They can obviously do some crazy things. Inquisition. So they can get Grasp of Fate. Well, I mean, now they know about Settle, though, which makes it worse. The Wandering Emperor. Well, unfortunately for us, that does exile. So, sure they'll get rid of this, because this just gives Indestructible. So that does resolve. Oh, it's got Vigilance too. How nice. Okay. Oh, Proliferate. I see. I see what you're doing. Unfortunately for me, there's not much I can do about it. I guess I regret playing that land. Alright, this could be a grindy game here. Divine Visitation, yeah? Yeah, not quite. Well, we found the combo, guys. We found the combo. Divine Visitation, Castle Ardenvale. All it is 4 mana a turn for a 4/4 Flying Vigilance Angel. Not too bad. It'll take a while to get going, but... Well, that makes Settle pretty darn horrible. Oh, they can bounce things too. Well, boo. This is going to be a grindy game. And they will probably outvalue us because we just can't get through a 4/4 Flying Vigilance. Not to mention this thing keeps growing. I mean, I guess we could with Selfless Spirit. We could just attack if we have Cathar's Crusade on the battlefield, but we don't. Okay, I guess we do it again. And play Ardenvale, and yeah, go ahead. I think we have unfortunately missed our window here. Atraxa Super Friends. Staff of Completion. So I guess that's in there for the proliferate? It is. Sure they'll bounce something again. Yeah. Can't do anything about it. Narset. Ugh. So this is just Atraxa unfun. I get to, like, not play Magic, basically. I can't cast spells on their turn. I can't draw 2 cards. I can't play creatures. I can't attack with creatures. What fun is this? Hey, at least I gain a life whenever a creature enters. Well, I can potentially get rid of one of these if I sacrifice my own Alseid, but, what if I did this here, and then this, and I don't even know which one I want to get rid of. Whatever I don't is going to get exiled by this thing. So if I sacrifice this and give something like this pro-white, then it's going to take something down, and then if they want to save the other one, they have to block the Selfless Spirit. So let's give this pro-white, go to combat, attack, Narset, attack, the Emperor? I don't know. And then see if they want to trade Atraxa? I can't imagine they do. I guess they do. All right. Okay. So that cost 6 now, which they do have. It's their whole turn, but they can get rid of Eidolon now. Hey, maybe Visitation plus Ardenvale is going to be enough here. Ooh. Paying 4 life to draw a card. I mean, they do have a 7/7 that is continually growing, so that's also not great news for us. Oh, the other Atraxa. Hey, we gain a life. All is good. What'd they find? More unfun cards. I see. Okay. See, I'm just trying to have my fun over here, and all you're doing is saying, what if you just didn't? Yeah, I mean, at this point, we can sit here and play this game out for another 20 minutes, or we could just, like, not. That also sounds pretty good to me. Yeah, that's a tap ability. You know, I mean, I could win this game, but I'm here in the interest of showing you multiple games, and, yeah, no, why would I say I had fun in that match? They didn't even let me play anything. All right, our final game today will be against, well, Atraxa again, but the other Atraxa, the 7-mana Atraxa. Unless you control 2 or more basic lands. Well, this enters tapped, so let's just play this one. We'll see if we can play Canopy Vista at any point here. So this is the larger of the two Atraxas, and we're going to see if we can do anything about it. Let's do this. The next turn, I guess we can go Sithis and Alseid. So they're going to have 3 mana, because the problem is, all of our removal is going to be enchantment-based. And this thing gets its value when it enters, rather than when it's already on the battlefield. So we'll do this, this, and this. And I guess the best we can do is just Kenrith's transformation. Their Atraxa to turn it into an elk. As they say, elk the Atraxa. Ugh, Teferi again. Boo. Go away. I don't like you. I'll put it into my hand. It's easier to cast from there. Ossification does get rid of Teferi. It's kind of nice. Hopefully no counterspell. I guess they are playing blue here. They could have counterspell. Go away, I don't like you. Now we do have 2 removal spells in hand for the Atraxa. Just the thing is, once again, it gets its value on entering, not any other way. Yes, I would like to search. And I can get... Oh, they... Okay, so we can get Temple Gardens, submit, enters tapped, and yeah, we'll go ahead and put Sithis back into the command zone. Do they have a land? They do. Here comes Atraxa. Oh, speaking of counterspells. Veil of Summer, Counterspell, Spell Pierce. At least they can only get one of those. And now move to discard. Go ahead and elk your Atraxa. Leaving it open to removal again, but I think we'll survive. Oh, they could have banishing lighted our Kenrith's transformation there. That would have been interesting. Each player sacks 2 creatures. I sack 2 creatures. And then they still hold up counterspell here. Sure. I would like that to resolve. That'd be pretty darn good. But let's do, what do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 mana. So we can go Champion, Pridemate, Seal, or Banishing Light. No, we can't do Pridemate for some reason. I can't math. So then let's see. Well, again, they've got Banishing Light, so they can get our own Seal here and then get their Liliana back at 6. But let's do this and see if they want to counter it or not. Because this also taxes their Banishing Light to 5 mana. Still 4 other cards. They might have removal for the champion here. Alright. They chose to let it resolve. Not a bad draw. We'll take an Avacyn's Pilgrim, I guess. I think the way we stay in this game is if they miss land drops here. That's a good way for us to ensure that Atraxa doesn't come down and keep hitting us. But looks like they're not going to do that. Still holding up Counterspell. What does this even do? If you control 4 creatures, you flip it and you get a Guy's Cradle. That's pretty horrible. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 mana now. You gonna counter Lyra Dawnbringer? No. You gonna counter Najani's Pridemate? No. Alright, land and you can play Atraxa once again. But then that lets us land a Sigil of the Empty Throne. As long as they have Banishing Light, though, I don't know how good that is. Although we can Banishing Light their Banishing Light, so... I don't know. I guess you can have some lands. Oh, they wanted the Dovin's Veto. They didn't want any lands here. Is that a non-creature? Yeah, counter target non-creature spell, which is everything in our hand. Still holding up counter spell. Ooh, that's not too bad. See if they want to counter it. A new MKM addition to the deck here. Alright, they did choose to counter it. So what do we do now? We have an opening. If only we had enough mana to cast Sigil. I really just want to land the Sigil without them countering it. They're playing a control deck, though. It's probably going to be difficult. Alright, they used the Banishing Light here. Yeah, to get rid of that and then sack Creed. Oh, to Fairy tucking or returning Lyra to our hand. Yeah. Stupid Teferi. And his friend, Teferi. came along as well. It bothers me that they keep holding up counterspell. What do I get rid of here? Well, let's just play this stupid thing. Yeah, they don't want to counter any of our stuff because it's all so bad. So next turn, 5, so they still can't... Well, if they play a land here, then they can play Atraxa and still hold up Counterspell yet again. And they did have a land. Looks like their no fun police are going to get us here in this game more than likely. Ooh, are they tapping out for a moment? No, of course not. Forgot about stupid Teferi. Alright, nothing else I can do. Let's just let them counter this here. Oh! That was dumb. I drew a Destiny Spinner. Sure. Alright, I guess I could have played Destiny Spinner. They would have been forced to counter the Destiny Spinner, and then I could have landed the Sigil successfully. I still think it's too late, unfortunately. I mean, we've got... We're just kind of outvalued here and don't have a lot going on for us. Because now they get the Banishing Light, and then we don't really have anything else happening here. And they know it too, so here they come on in. So clearly the robot couldn't exactly build an optimized version of this deck, but our first game was a pretty fun one. It kind of did its thing, and the life gain did matter in that. So all of the life gain build-arounds that they built into the deck for us did work out. Oh, you got enough cards over there? I'm supposed to be the deck that draws all the cards. They're just playing, once again, no fun police is all they're doing. Yep, sounds about right. Let's take another counterspell here. You got another one? No. let's just play this so you can kill it. I have a 10/10 flyer. What you gonna do about it? The answer is just kill it, because why wouldn't they? All right, we are out of cards and out of things to do here. I'm over playing against blue decks, and that means we're out of time for today's video. If you enjoyed this series, go ahead and leave a comment with the video or with the commander you'd like to see built next, and I will go ahead and do that one for next week. Thanks for tuning in today, and I'll see you next time for your daily draft.